All right, so if you're seeing my screen, it says answer the following for the code given.
Mm-hmm.
Var grade equals 1. So there's a variable called grade, and it's set to 1.
Got it.
And then this function is called go to school. Excuse me, and it needs an input. So the input is this grade, the value is 1, and then we do some stuff here. So some of that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the base code in this code? I actually don't have any idea what the instructor means by that. And just to be clear, I have a background in software, so I'm sorry. What is the base case? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Base case. So the base case is grade equals 1, I guess. I don't understand base case. So the definition here, it says the base case is the function returns its values when the base case is reached. It's the mechanism that stops this process of ever more recursive calls. Okay. I really have no idea what A is referring to.
That's okay. We can just go to B.
B is fine. Okay. I'm sure it's very straightforward if you look at your notes. There probably is like a very clear, this is the base case. The code repeats. See how the function calls itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the function, and then it goes back here. If the grade is less than 12.
Got it.
So I'm almost thinking the base case is when grade equals 12.
That's what I thought at
Because that's when it
first.
stops, yeah. What changes each time the function is called? The grade is incremented, is what it looks like, because the grade goes up by 1 here.
Yeah.
Incremented by 1. Is this kind of the acceptable way that the
Yeah. That's how I do it.
Okay. Is there enough here, or do we need to do more explanation on this?
No, we're good on that one. We can move on to
Okay.
number 2.
Okay. Number 2. Answer the following for the code given. So they're telling you there's a variable A and it's 1, and B it's 1. Okay. And they're saying here's a function. It's called Fibonacci, and it gets 2 inputs. And what is the base case?
Okay.
This code, no idea. Maybe if C equals 1,000. Okay, because it repeats.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
If C is less than 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're just gonna go through this. I don't want to make any side comments. What changes each time the function is called? So each time the inputs they change. So do you know much about the Fibonacci sequence?
No, I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, so here's the Fibonacci sequence, and you will detect a pattern. So you take these 2 numbers to get the third, these next 2 numbers to get the fourth, these 2 numbers to get the fifth. So you add them together, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so what is happening though is that like this is the first input, then this is the second input. That didn't come out right. Let me maybe do the boxes down here. So they they sort of slide the inputs. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. This is A and B,
Yeah.
and then you create C, but then this becomes A and B, and then there's a C that's created, but it's always A and B. This isn't making any sense to you. I don't know. Maybe it is. What changes each time this function is called? It's new inputs. And the short of it is that the value that was B becomes A. So like you had A and B. This B, the next time you call it, it goes right there. But C, and this is probably a better way to put it, is A plus B.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, and that's kind of the words that need to go there.
Okay.
How many times, let me know when you're ready to go up to that one.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, how many times does the code repeat, loop, or call itself? It stops when your Fibonacci number is, it stops when A plus B is less than 1,000. So it's essentially like you have to do this until you get the really large numbers. Now, are you supposed to run this code somewhere?
No, we just answer questions on it.
Okay, so what I would do is go out to the internet and I would look up the Fibonacci sequence and get an image, nice image of this. None of these are useful. There's one that's useful. Nope. So I'm just trying to get a list here. Why is this so difficult? I just want something that gives you the two inputs and then the output, and the two inputs and the output. Okay, here's here's our list. This will be helpful. Okay. So here's the list that I started showing you. So the first time it's run, this is the first run. That's the second, the third, and so on. So it's basically like, when is the sum of the two numbers bigger than 1,000? And it looks like it's right here. So this won't run, but everything up to here will. So let me try to do it differently, because it's always weird counting. This is once is right there. And I want to just do that. So you just start counting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looks like it'll run 14 times.
Okay.
The final value of C, this is maybe the most interesting or difficult one. So I can't believe you're doing this, but the value of C is this new number. No. I guess it runs.
Well, would it be 13? Let me see. I'm gonna add it.
I think it's 14, but like this C is this, so like this is A and B, and this is why it fails. So it doesn't actually run. It doesn't call it yet another time.
Yeah.
So the value of C is 610 plus 987, which is 1597.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, can we move on to number 8 now? Maybe, does that satisfy?
Yep.
Okay. All right, what is the value? Okay, so there's an array. The array has 4 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. Depending on, and this will come up here, is sometimes they're like this is the 0th element, the first, the second, and the third.
Mhm.
I don't know. We're gonna get into that here, but what is the value of subjects dot length? Length means like how many,
Got it.
and there's 4. Now subjects 2, I believe these start at 0, but I'm not sure. So it depends on the language.
Yeah, we went over it in class and he said it starts at 0.
Okay, so 0, 1, 2, there's history.
Got it.
All right, number 2, consider the following. Array. Okay. So scores has 4 elements in it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're separated by commas. And then score 0 is 2 because it's the first element. Okay. These are more straightforward thus far. Okay. All right. Let's consider the following array and code. So we already saw this. It starts out by giving you an array of scores, and they tell you the sum is 0. And they say 4, and 4 means you're going to do something a bunch of times. Like maybe you even saw this notation in class. It's a loop. So you start out like, and it's probably like, see, this is what I don't know if you're doing in this class. You have so far, you have sum as a variable. You have I as a variable. These are variables. The current value of sum is 0. The current value of I is 0.
Okay.
Okay, and then you got scores dot length is also a variable. And what's the variable of scores dot length? It's 4. So if this middle part here, it says so there's 3 things going on here. I don't even know how you're supposed to understand any of this, but that's what's going on here. There's 1, 2, 3 things.
Mhm.
So the first one is just an assignment. Like you're just setting I equal to 0. The second one is your if. It's like a condition. It's like if this is true, then do this. So is the value of I, is I less than 4? Yes. Is 0 less than 4? Yes, right? You're still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we do this. Sum becomes, or sum gets, is how equals is interpret gets, sum plus scores of I. So, oh my God, this is, so it's 0 plus scores of 0. Scores of 0 is 2. So it's 0 plus 2. So your sum becomes 2. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you increment I. So I plus plus means I goes up by 1. And then you repeat. So you don't do this anymore. You check, is I less than 4? Is 1 less than 4? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now your sum is your old sum, 2, plus scores of 1. What is scores of 1? That's 4. So it's 2 plus 4, 6. Then you increment I. So let's do it one more time. Is 2 less than 4? Yes.
Mhm.
The sum is the old sum, 6, plus the new value of score, 6 plus 6, which is 12. And then you increment I to 3. So just to be clear, this 2 is 0 plus 2. This 6 is 2 plus 4. This 12 is 6 plus 6. And then it's going to go to 12 plus 8, which is 20. And that becomes 4. And then you stop.
Okay.
If you don't fully understand this, I would not expect you to fully understand this.
Yeah, it's a little confusing, but I think I got it.
You can definitely understand this. It's just that this is such a very different way of thinking about things.
Yeah.
Okay, so this code right here, it's assigning a variable called car. It's saying create a new array. Array means it's going to have 4 elements in it, and call it car. And then down here, it actually like gives it values.
Okay.
So like up here, the array is empty or unassigned. So think of it as like a house. A house has 4 bedrooms. You don't know who's living where, but now it's like, oh, room 1 or room 0 is going to have you. Room 1 is going to have your sister. Room 2 your mom, and then your brother, something like that.
Mhm.
Okay. What is the value of car.length? It's 4. It's that number right there.
Yeah.
Car 2 is Viper.
Okay.
Now there could be some consideration of like whether it's just Viper. Viper versus quote Viper are different.
Oh, yeah.
Your instructor probably is a stickler for that, but I don't know what to tell you. You could just maybe
Ask.
yeah, ask. I probably would go with just Viper. I wouldn't go with the quotes.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. We
Number
are
9.
on last one.
Okay. All right, consider the following code. Okay, we will consider it. All right. Jeez. Function card. So they're giving it a name. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs. So
Mhm.
like you have to give card 4 inputs or it's like no good. Okay, your instructor is using what are these called? So
Ooh.
this has a name. I can't think of it. Structures. You probably heard that. Structures. And it's like a sub property. Let's do it. Maybe that's not appropriate. Trying to think of something here. Yeah, okay. So this doesn't make any sense. This dot picture equals pic. This dot name equals n. Okay. So like when you call this function, you give it 1, 2, 3, 4 things, and then each of those things is assigned in here to this structure called this.
Mhm.
And if you don't know what structures, that's fine. But we can still answer these questions.
Okay.
How many different properties does each card have? How many property variables? So I believe that what your instructor is really asking here is how many inputs.
Mhm.
And there's 4 of them. There's pick, n, strength, value, and health value.
Okay.
Okay, how many functions does a card have? This is a function that's inside. So like a function can have a function within a function. Sorry, that sounds so bad. It's because it's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the it has one function inside of it. Well, I'm sorry. It does not have, this is not a function. This dot play is calling a function.
Yeah, but it's not.
so it's and it looks to me, it's like, this is so weird because it's like in some programming languages, if you don't assign the function, it just calls the one that it was in. So I'm tempted to say that card, like guess the way I answer is, this card is a function and calls itself. But because this is not a function, like what I was looking for is something in this code that said like within function card was another function.
Mhm.
Like imagine here it said function, let's see, I don't know, deck ABC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We can move on to number 2 now.
So 2 refers back to this, so we'll have to keep this handy, but I'll snip it in. All right, for the above code, consider this snippet of code. So again, as you see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs. The strength of card C. So the strength is the third input. So the strength is the third input, which in
Okay.
this case is 10. It's that number right there. What would the value of C dot name be? So C dot name is N, and N is the second input.
So it's 2.
It's the second input. So this is the second input right here.
Oh, king.
King. Yeah, so king.
Oh, okay. This makes sense.
Okay. What would the value of D dot health be? Well, let's go back and look what health is. So health is the fourth input. Fourth input is, oh, I'm sorry, but it's D this time. So it's not that first one. See, there's C, there's D, so it's that one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you have to remember C is the first one, D is the second one.
Got it.
All right. Number 3.
Yeah.
Number 3 here, it's going to be pretty straightforward, because you have to write a snippet that would create a new card that is a jack with an image, images.jack.jpg, a strength of 8 and a health of 12. So again, like you're just following this example up here. So it's going to be, we'll just call it var e, just to keep going, CDE equals new card. Okay. And then images / jack.jpg, comma. The next one is the word jack. So instead of king or queen, we're putting jack, comma, strength of 8, comma, 12. So they're essentially just asking you to rewrite one of these up here in blue, but do it with the given information.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, well, that's all I have for today. We can end it short.
All right. Did you get everything down here?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I hope this class goes better for you than maybe my explanations, but
Yeah, it's been okay. We just do you know what like code HS is?
there's so many coding things there.
It's just like I don't know, we do little like problems, do little pieces of code, and then for my quarter project, I built a website.
Great.
I had some help with it, but I like had it like an HTML and it brought it from a website and it would like give you a daily horoscope.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's going well. It's really interesting.
Yeah. I mean, anything you're doing there is good. I'm sure you're on social media. That's kind of where everyone's at now
Yeah.
with doing stuff. So you know, might be more relevant, but I'm good. Glad you're getting some exposure to this. I'll send you the notes and the screen recording out shortly.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome. Have a great night. Bye now.
You too. Bye bye.